top wind 9.5, 6.9. So you might have heard of that Pareto principle, 80-20, right? 20% of the players on your team will create like 80% of the do 80% of the work, right? So this is a tough one you have, because it's a lot of the you're playing a team sport, yet you have a lot of you're a bit handcuffed by the players on your team, right? You're only as strong as your weakest link, which really makes it super hard. But this is what I would do. You want to raise your individual training level, right? Because as the higher that you can become, right, the better that you can become, it's almost like you have to take the burden of your whole team. You got to put the poor quality of the whole team on your own shoulders. So that means if you don't already have 1 minute a day, so okay, the question is, can I train for you? Can you train for 1 minute a day? And maybe you already are. So that's a good start, right? Because once you hit 16 days in a row of training for 1 minute a day, juggling, dribbling, or using a kick trainer or an RMT rope, ideally all four of those for at least a minute a day. Once you hit day 16, then training becomes fun and effortless, right? Once you build a habit, then you could raise volume and intensity. So, right, I think it can get to a point where after day 16, and I'm not sure how many weeks this indoor co-ed league goes for, I think you're going to start to see that the quality of your play will rub off on other players, especially if you are encouraging them. Another thing that you could start to do is have everyone come a little bit earlier. You almost want to run a kind of a mini warm-up / skills clinic to develop your players and your team's confidence. And it's not assuming that they can't show up early. Like even if the whole team started to show up even 5-10 minutes early, and the only thing you guys did with each other was thigh the ball back and forth, or do just simple passing with each other in very tight spaces. So a lot of repetitions, like pop, 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 like 2-2, 1-1, 1-1, 1, 2-2, 1-1, like going back and forth. Because then it's going to help them develop an awareness with their feet, because it sounds like these girls have never played soccer at all, and that's why you guys are getting crushed. Like you said, they get the ball, and then it's basically like just giving it away, right? So they have no fundamentals. So it's not good. Okay, so that's the strategy. One strategy is have everyone come early. Well, let's do it in order. First strategy is improve the quality of your training to raise your own personal level, which raises the whole team. Second strategy is have everyone come 5, 10, 15 minutes early. You could just put out in the group chat or the group message, say, hey, I'm going to begin there 10 minutes early. If anyone wants to get some touches with me and just have some fun getting touches with me, you could start like that. That's strategy number 2. Strategy number 3 is from Call of Duty. There's a game called Domination, and Domination is there's 3 areas in Domination: A and B and C, and you got to shoot all the other players on the team, and then you got to hold it so that your team starts getting points for how long you have this said area locked down. So the way that translates into soccer strategy for your team is, if you can dominate the midfield, this makes it so that the other team can't get past. So B, someone once told me in Domination, control B. B is your midfield. If you can control B, then they can't get into your scoring territory, and you could send runners forward. So you could put both of those female players, the women you were talking about who are not the best players, you can put them up top, because they can at least kind of run around and disrupt, make it difficult for the other team. Just tell them run straight at the defenders when they have the ball, and kick the ball away from them. Or you could tell them stay in front of the other team when they have the ball, and then kind of show them how to jockey, make it difficult for the other team to operate. and at least, and then maybe you have that third female sitting in front of you, even if that means that you have limited players in your back. What's going to happen is you won't create turnovers in the defensive third and help yourself getting crushed. So even if there's staggered where it's goalkeeper, defender, I think you said it was 5 aside, 7 aside, you basically want to keep all the people who are the worst on your team far away from the goal as possible. This way, you can start to dominate the midfield and just make it difficult for the other team to get out of their defensive third and focus on the counter. That's the only way I see you guys having any success, because the second that you start to let those players who have no fundamentals into the defensive third, then that's where you're going to get punished. So strategy number 3 is dominate the midfield and stay there. Operate off the counter. Focus on the counter so that you don't create a turnover in your own defensive third, which will lead to goals down. So the idea is, and this sounds super kind of shitty, you got to play for the tie, because the chances that those two females are gonna be able to link up and put a goal in are very low. But it's better than losing 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, right? So I think this is actually a strategy is going to frustrate the opposition, because they know that the quality of some of your players is going to be really poor, but it'll be difficult for them to score on you and win, and this might lead to a quick counter. You see an opportunity, indoor co-ed or even outdoor co-ed on a small-sided field, you get maybe 2 or 3 chances that you're going to have the opportunity to spring forward and maybe punish the other team. So those would be that's what I would do personally, right? And plus, if you could start to develop your own juggling, right? Using weighted balls, basketball, like different size balls, you could catch the goalkeeper off his line unexpectedly, maybe get a shot or two off the volley, right? Pop the ball up from halfway, or when you're in that midfield dominating, and just smoke a volley from distance. You probably get 1 or 2 opportunities like that a game. So that could be another way that you could put a point on the board. So hopefully some of these ideas help. Reach out with any questions. All right, thank you.